to my channel. We're going to be doing a Shop My Stash. Get ready with me. You are not going to believe this. I filmed about 30 minutes of video that just disappeared. I see the video has been filmed and I go back to check it on my phone because it had stopped and I wanted to see where I was when the video stopped so I know where to pick up. It says I can't play the video. So I go and I transfer it to my laptop. Same thing, can't play the video. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just an issue with playback because that happens sometimes. So I decided to go on ahead and import it into my editor. And then I'm noticing the video is all corrupted. I don't know what happened. That has never happened to me before. But I spent 30 minutes filming this video and everything was gone. I've been filming videos for YouTube for, this is my second year as a beauty channel, and I have never, I'm putting on some oil control cream right now, ever been in the situation where the video file was corrupted and wouldn't play. That's just like never happened. I am literally sitting here completely dumbfounded by what just happened. So the first thing we're going to do is prime with this Mint Melt Cooling Primer from e.l.f. This came out sometime last year. I picked this up from TJ Maxx. It's one of the primers I've been wanting to try for a while, but never got around to actually picking it up. From my understanding, it's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. It's funny because they said that the Super Grip Primer from e.l.f. that just came out is supposed to also be a dupe. That's what it looks like. I don't have the original Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, so I don't know, this is an actual dupe or not, I say. But this one does feel like it is stickier than the Super Grip. So I don't know, maybe it's more of a dupe than the Super Grip. Like I said, I don't have the Hydro Grip Primer, so I can't compare the two. This one has kind of a chocolate mint fragrance. Smells really good and it is super tacky. Basically what I wanted to do with this video was to just kind of sit down, pull out some of my makeup that makeup products I haven't used in a while. When you are a beauty YouTuber, you're constantly trying out new products, you tend to kind of forget about the products you already have. You kind of get lost. You find yourself not having the time to use the products that you already have. So I decided in 2022 that I wanted to make time. I mentioned in my vlog that I started doing a rotation, so now I do a weekly to bi-weekly rotation, and I started throwing some products into my project Empties. Right now I have the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation and the concealer. I do have a backup of the concealer, so I'm trying to use this one up. This one's almost empty. I also have a BB cream from Shoppe Miss A and a BB cream from Smoke and Mirrors. Smoke and Mirrors is like a Five Below brand, so I'm trying to work through the three of those. I've had the two BB creams for a while, so I'm trying to get them used up. I did order some new products, the new Juvia's Place palette. It's on its way. I'm finding myself not as excited about the bigger palettes as I used to be, and this is one of the bigger palettes. It's about the same size as the Walhalla 1 and 2, but it was so pretty. It's the Culture palette, I think is what it's called. I'll drop a picture up here somewhere so you guys can check that out. It is just, it was so pretty. I had to grab it, so I'm excited about that. I also grabbed the Kosas foundation. There have been a few foundations that have launched this year that I have been wanting to try. The Nars Foundation, I think they launched 2 new formulas. But Nars is not cruelty-free, so, One thing about luxury makeup, even if it's something that I've been wanting to get into, a lot of luxury makeup is not cruelty-free. And as you guys know, I try my best to be cruelty-free when it comes to my makeup and skincare products. I also thought about getting the Beautiful Skin Foundation. I think that's what it's called, from Charlotte Tilbury. But based on all of the reviews that I was seeing, I didn't think it was going to be something that was going to work for my skin type. I have oily skin, and it just looked like it was more suited for somebody with drier skin. I just had a feeling it wasn't really going to work for me. And Charlotte Tilbury is kind of up there in price, and so I didn't want to invest in something that ends up ultimately not really working out for me. But when I saw the Kosas foundation, I got pretty excited about that. I've never used anything from Kosas before. I have heard that their concealer is really, really nice. I really liked all the skincare type claims that this foundation had, so I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a try when it comes. It's supposed to be here in the next couple of days. I do intend to do a wear test. I'm thinking about doing it differently than I did my first wear test. The wear test that I did for the Tarte foundation, the one right there, I did it all in one day. But what I'm thinking of doing with the Kosas one is splitting it up between like maybe 2 to 3 days, so that way I can have a little bit of time to kind of play around with it. Sometimes when you're trying a foundation for the first time, it doesn't work out for you. It might just be the way that you initially applied it. So if I do it over a couple of days, then that gives me a chance to maybe try with different primers or setting powders just to kind of see, how it actually ends up working. Let me know, guys, what you think, because I figured doing it over a 2 to 3 day time period would allow me to, have enough time to really review it, and for the review to be more, informative, maybe a little bit helpful. Let me know, guys, what you guys think. If you would like to see me do it in that way, I definitely would. I have no problem with that. I am really enjoying this setting powder. This is the Make It Last Loose Translucent Powder from Milani. This one is in the light to medium. So one thing about doing like rotations, product empties, things like that, it allows you to, discover or rediscover products you may not have used in a while. And this one is a really beautiful formula. It just sets everything down so beautifully and leaves this beautiful, soft, kind of a blurred look to the skin. It is just gorgeous. I love it. As far as life updates go, my daughter finally has a car. I mentioned before that we have been looking for one for a while. It's been taking a little while to find one because the car market, especially in the last couple of years, has just been crazy. I guess it's because of the pandemic. Used car prices have been like way higher than they used to be. And so trying to find her something that was going to be safe and reasonable, was taking a while. And then my dad called and he said that he found a couple of cars that he wanted to come in and look at. He lives in Nashville. I'm using the brow pencil from Joa. This one's currently in my project Empties. It's almost done, so I want to get it used up. It's not my favorite. It's an okay formula, but yeah, it's nothing like my Brows on Point for $1 Million Brows or the one from Shoppe, the Slim Brow. Once this is finished, it will not be a repurchase. That is definitely for sure, but it's okay. Anyway, my dad called and he said there were a couple of cars he wanted to look at. He's from Nashville. So he came up on Monday on Valentine's Day. My husband made sure that his home time coincided with that. He got here kind of late. My daughter was on a date with her boyfriend, a little Valentine's Day date. And he gets here and he goes, I have some stuff in the car that I need help, bringing in. So we get out there and he goes, surprise, this is Miranda's car. When he told us that he had a couple of cars that he wanted to look at, what actually happened was that he bought a car, he already purchased it, and he was coming in to surprise her with the car that he already purchased. It's a 2003 PT Cruiser. I will drop a picture up here so you guys can check that out. It has like 117,000 miles on it. It's in really, really good condition. The previous owner apparently passed away like a few years ago, and the vehicle was in escrow. And I guess it finally came out of escrow, and so that the family was finally able to sell it. And they took really good care of it. They got the regular oil changes, servicing and all that. So it wasn't just like, sitting out in the sun collecting dust. And, the family took really good care of it. It did need to be painted. Some of the paint had like worn off. My dad said that they were originally asking $4,000 for it, but he got them down to $2,700, and he put new struts on it, he put new shocks on it, he got it completely repainted, and he drove it down here from Nashville. Then my husband put I think new bulbs in it. They put a Bluetooth in it and just kind of got it all ready for her. So license plate cover and a steering wheel cover. So yeah, it's a really, really good car. When she got home from her date, my dad showed it to her. And you can tell from her initial reaction, she wasn't too excited. It's an older model car. It has that vintage kind of classic car look. It's really, really nice though. The interior was well taken care of. You can see that the previous owner, as well as the family after they passed away, took really, really good care of that vehicle. It's in really, really excellent condition. I'm going to bronze real quick using the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. If by chance there is a product that I do not mention, I will have everything down in the description box as always, so you guys will know what I'm putting on. This came out of that Wet n Wild Advent Calendar. It's a really, really good bronzer. But yeah, it's been about a week since my daughter got the car, and she has slowly started to really like her vehicle. The biggest thing that she's starting to realize, as far as the benefits of having one's own vehicle, as being able to come and go as you please, as far as not being at the mercy of somebody else. You know, if you don't have your own vehicle and you're having to depend on other people for rides, then you're at the mercy of when they need to leave, you know, when they want to come home, you know, what their schedules are. And so now that she has her own vehicle, she's able to leave to go to school in the morning when she wants to. So yeah, she's enjoying the freedom of not having to wait for mom to be able to do things. In the mornings, we would leave about 7:30, drop her brother off, and then drop her off. School starts like 8:15, so we would drop him off at Before Care and then drop her off. Now that she has her own car, she's getting up and leaving at like, 7:10, 7:15. For my blush and highlighter, I'm going to be using the Amor Us Pink Ruby palette. I got this from Shop Cherry. I will drop a card up here somewhere so you guys can check that video out if you want to. I did do a haul video where I initially tried this, and I've been using this like the whole month. This is the palette that I've been playing with. Shop Cherry is similar to Shop Miss A, that they do have a lot of products that are like around the $1 and $2 price point, but they differ as they do have a lot of products that are well over $1. Like I think this is $11.99, but it is a stunning palette. I'm going to be using the Blossom shade, which is the orange shade. I remember the first time I tried this palette and I tried this shade right here. You know, when you're doing your makeup under like beauty lights, you know, your vanity lights, your ring lights, things can look a little bit different. And when I was first applying it, it looked like there wasn't a whole lot of pigment going on. It didn't look like I was getting much product on my face. So I just sat here kind of building it and building it and building it. But then when I went out in natural sunlight, I realized I looked like Ronald McDonald. It was actually way more pigmented than I was originally thinking it was. And my face was so orange. There's a beautiful orange blush with a slight kind of a luminescent glow to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, it may look like some of these shades are not that pigmented in the palette, but trust me, they are extremely pigmented. I'm also enjoying the benefits of her having her own vehicle. I'm getting 30 extra minutes in the morning, so like instead of having to leave at 7:30, I don't have to leave to about 8 or a little bit after. I don't have to take her to school, you know, for her games. You know, she's a cheerleader. I've actually been able to send her on some errands. Like yesterday, I didn't feel like going anywhere, but I knew I had a couple of packages at my parents' house, so I just sent her to go get them. She was going to be out anyway, visiting her boyfriend. So I was like, while you're out, go run over there and grab my packages. So she did. So it's been really nice for all of us. I've really been enjoying the Party Proof eyeshadow primer from Colourpop. This is such a nice formula. This one is in caramel. You will definitely hear me talking about this in my upcoming favorites video for February. My daughter just left a little while ago to go to a game. They have a basketball game that they're cheering today, boys and girls. So she'll be done at about 8. She actually went to go hang out with her boyfriend first, and then she's going to go to the game. So she's enjoying that too, being able to just kind of leave and go do the things she wants to do. We don't have to wait for mom, which, you know, she's absolutely loving that. And her brother has a project that he has to work on. You know, this is Black History Month, and their social studies teacher, for their Black History project, each child, he's in the 3rd grade, was assigned a Black History historical figure that they're going to be doing a project on. His is Alexander Miles. I'm going to be throwing on for my shadow from BH Cosmetics. This is the Sweet Shop Pistachio Palette. I found this at TJ Maxx at the same time that I found the Mint Melt Primer from e.l.f. I have the cherry palette and I have the orange sorbet palette. I really wanted this one, but on the first launch it sold out, and then restock it sold out again before I was able to get it. And as you know, you can't get these anymore. It's been discontinued. So I was very excited when I saw it at TJ Maxx. It's a really beautiful green palette. These tones are absolutely stunning. Other than orange, green is my other favorite eyeshadow shade, so I'm very happy to finally have this in my collection. For his project, he has to do Alexander Miles. Now, I will admit I never heard of Alexander Miles before this project. I'm going to be doing this one all over the lid, this one on the outer corner, and then I think I'm going to take Sweet Life, which is really beautiful green here, and lay that all over, not all over, but, you know, like kind of on the lid. Alexander Miles apparently was the inventor of the automatic elevator doors. Apparently his daughter had an accident, I think is what it said, and she fell down an elevator shaft. She ended up surviving, but because of that, he invented the automatic doors. So the automatic doors and elevators, it's because of him. The only thing about this particular historical figure is there's not a whole lot of information on him. My son has to do a timeline, and then he has to like type up this report, like 1 or 2 paragraphs for this project that has like these different, facts and details about his particular historical person. The issue is that there's so little information on Alexander Miles that I'm having to really, really dig to find, the information for this project. Today we're going to be working on the timeline. It's President's Day, so they're out of school. Usually we don't do work, when they're out of school, but because of the fact that my dad was here last week, like Monday and Tuesday, I just didn't have time. One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this video was because I hadn't filmed in a while. I did film a ranking my Nomad palettes, which is already up. It's gone up like during the time that it went live, during the time that I'm filming this video. But I don't think I'd filmed anything in like 5 or 6 days, and for me that's a lot. I think last Saturday, which was a little more than a week ago, was the last time that I'd actually sat down and filmed anything. So I definitely wanted to get something filmed for my channel. And any time that I can, sit down and play with some of the products that I already have, or products that are maybe not new launches, but products I haven't had a chance to actually play with yet, like this palette and that primer. I like those opportunities. But yeah, today we're going to work on his timeline. We would take today off, but since my dad was here, I was so busy, there was so much going on, and so we didn't actually start working on his project until last Thursday. The project is due on Friday, so that's 3 days that we didn't work on it. So that's why we're going ahead and doing at least the timeline part today, so that way it'll be ready and he can have it turned in on time. Sweet Life shade is so pretty. It's very shiny and wet looking. I'm going to press it on with my finger. I've used this shade before and I did get like a slight bit of fallout, so I'm going to be very, very gentle in applying it. But as you can see, it's just a very pretty, shiny, kind of a wet looking shimmer. It's so creamy. It's one thing I loved about this particular collection. BH Cosmetics, they hit the Sweet Shop collection out of the park. It was so beautiful. There was one other palette at TJ Maxx when I saw this one. I think it was the cotton candy one. That one I think had like the purple and pink shades. That one didn't really wow me, so I didn't grab that one. But I'm very happy to finally have this one in my collection. And I still managed to get a little bit of fallout under there, but that is perfectly okay. I'm going to do just a very soft wing, nothing too major. I do want to film one more video after this. I think I'm going to film a purchase or pass. I do have some new makeup that's coming. I don't know, I may have already mentioned it in the very beginning, but yeah, I do have the Juvia's Place palette. I have the Kosas palette coming. I have another Shop Miss A haul, and I also ordered from Blend Bunny the Dollhouse palette and the brush set. You guys, I've been talking about that and saying how I've been wanting to try it for a long time. I've heard nothing but good things about the Blend Bunny formula, and I've been so excited about trying one of the palettes. Right now, I think there's only 3 palettes currently in their collection, but I'm telling you, if I end up really liking this palette, the Dollhouse one, I may go ahead and grab the other 2. And I'm really excited about the brush set too. I've heard that the eye brush set is just so nice, that the brushes are more detailed. So you have like a little bit of smaller eyelid space like me, or you're wanting to do just really, fine detail work, that the brushes work really, really well for that. So I'm excited about that too. For the most part, I think that's pretty much it. As far as like updates, there's not like a lot of things happening. Usually, we're getting ready for cons and events and stuff like that, but we really haven't been doing that the last couple of years. It may be either later on in this year or early next year, just kind of depending on how the pandemic goes, masking and all that stuff, before we decide to start doing cons again. I am currently waiting for my tax refund to deposit. As you guys know, the IRS is a little bit behind right now. So originally it was saying that it would be around the 17th when it was going to deposit. And then a couple of days ago, I got a message in that, my refund, where's my refund thing? And it said that it was taking longer than the normal time. And it doesn't look like it's going to be probably around March 1st is what it's looking like that I may get my refund. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm getting a couple of bookshelves for downstairs to move all of the toys and collectibles on. I had mentioned that we were originally thinking about moving this year, but we decided to go ahead and just stay through our next lease, which is about 1.5 years. Since my daughter only has 1 more year of school, my husband's currently trying to get a vehicle of his own. The school that my son goes to, we absolutely love it. He is in the 3rd grade, so he only has a couple more years before he'll graduate elementary school to go to middle school. And we really don't want to like snatch him out of the elementary school he's in to put him in a brand new school when he only has a year left. That just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that we looked at to go ahead and stay. And also, you know, where we're staying, our apartment is a really big apartment. We have 3 bedrooms, we have 3 bathrooms, we have a full attic space, the kitchen is really nice, the living room is really big. There's actually like an alcove kind of space behind the stairs where my desk fits perfectly. So there's a lot of benefits to being here. You know, what we don't want to happen is that when we move, we don't want to go backwards. We don't want to end up paying more for less. So I'm going to be buying those shelves for that, and I do intend on kind of vlogging that and making a video about that. And I'm looking at getting one of those shelves that has like the 8 cube kind of compartment shelves for my son for his toys to go in. So there's a lot that we're currently working on. I need to go through my clothes and declutter, so it's a lot of stuff that I have coming up. I haven't had a lot of time because I've been working a lot. You know, I took off 2 weeks when my kids were out of school for their winter break. I just went ahead and took off then because my husband was taking a week off for vacation. So I've been just kind of like catching up on things. Next couple of weeks though, I should be able to get back into doing my 3 days a week, which I'm excited about. It gives me more time for other things. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, and I'm going to throw on something on my lips. I'm going to use the AOA Studio Velvet Lips. This shade is in, I do not know. I have no idea. It's on here somewhere, but I think it's in like little tiny writing, so I don't know. But it's a pretty kind of a peachy coral shade. I thought it would go well with this blush and this eye look. And we'll be back here in just a minute. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed catching up with me, kind of seeing what's going on in my life lately. As you can see, there's not a whole lot, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely be looking out for those new product launches that will be coming soon. I'll be doing videos on those. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.